On stage, so you have heard his voice already, Rohit Sachdeva from Soho Hospitality. In a recent bar opening in Bangkok, Rohit saw a beautiful woman at the bar and was rushing to talk to her, did not see an unlit waterway leading up to the bar, so as opposed to conversation, he was providing free entertainment for the entire bar. So Rohit, stage is yours.
Thank you. No need for any introductions. On the F&B development side of our company, we have three concepts in total that we've launched primarily in Thailand, and we're looking to, I'm just going to show you two of our concepts. We are basically rolling out restaurants within the Asia-Pacific region. Our DNA is basically fun social dining experiences, but in terms of the concepts that we've created concepts that we believe should be able to stand on its own in any world-class city in the world, whether it be New York, London, and that's how when we've approached the concept development aspects of our restaurants, we've made it so that we feel that it could work in any world-class city. This is our first concept. It's called Above 11. It's on the rooftop of a hotel. It's above 11 because there's a street called 11, and it's where all the expat nightlife is located. Above 11 is a rooftop restaurant and bar. We are the first Peruvian restaurant in Southeast Asia. We opened our doors in 2012. In April, and since then we've never looked back. We do on average 600 covers on the weekends, and on the weekdays we do about 300 to 400 covers. We're fully booked. We have about 200 seats. We're fully booked almost every night. As you may know, Peruvian food is one of the biggest global trends. We were at Koya yesterday. It's a culmination of all the immigrants that came to Peru, the Japanese, Chinese, French, Spanish, Italian, and African. In our restaurant, we primarily serve Peruvian Japanese food. The overall ambience of the restaurant is inspired by Bangkok, as if you've been there, has a lack of green areas. So our whole concept was about creating a park on a roof. So we have grass-covered walls, we have a maze, and these are, we have these 6 structural trees made of steel, and they've got acrylic on the top. So we change the colors of the trees only when the seasons change. Right now it's winter, so you'll see that it's blue, and so on and so forth. It's a 3-level open-air rooftop bar. We primarily have people sitting in lounge areas. So this is kind of we have perforated metal in the shape of clouds, even though you're underneath a covered area. We have about 34,000 likes. We're exploring expansion into several other cities around Asia, either via JV or franchise, and beyond Asia and the Middle East and other areas we would look in a franchise structure. We got our return on investment within 18 months. There are several, during the low season, we actually produced top-line revenues higher than the entire hotel that we sit on top of. So that just shows you the strength and what we've been able to do in terms of the business. Our food is primarily Peruvian Japanese. The Japanese immigrated to Peru in the 1800s and brought their marination techniques. So we have a combination of sushi, sashimi, Peruvian rolls. We have ceviche, and then we have some of the other dishes that are Peruvian African, the Peruvian Creole, which comes from the Spanish influence. So dishes with rice, and Thai people always ask me, what is Peruvian food? And I always tell them it's a Thai food of South America. Our next concept is, this is very close to my heart. I'm of Indian descent, but I'm family immigrated to Thailand about 85 years ago, and I've always been a passion of mine to try to reinvent the Indian dining experience. Not to discredit any of the other Indian restaurant owners here, but I've always felt that when you went to an Indian restaurant, it had the Indian royal Mughal look, the same paintings, the same artworks, and I thought that Indian food needed a makeover. So we tried to look at how we could do that, and the first thing we did is we chose a non-Indian name. So the restaurant's called Charcoal Tandoor Grill and Mixology. It opened 2 months ago. In terms of the overall concept of the restaurant, it is an Indian restaurant with industrial interiors. It's my definition of what an Indian steakhouse would be if it didn't have any, without the steak or the pork, because we don't serve any of that. But so our restaurant concept is primarily that we focus on the indigenous tandoori and Mughlai kebabs. We have 32 kebabs from the Muslim influence as well as the traditional Indian kebabs. We serve no curries in our restaurant, so it's primarily kebabs, breads. We serve a biryani and a black dal that we bought the tomato puree and lentils in from India, and it's cooked over charcoal for 24 hours. The restaurant is, like I said, industrial, but it's got Indian accents in terms of some of the artworks, and you see the pankhas that we used as fans during the British colonization of India. That's our spice library. We got exotic spices flown in from India and put into these cages. This is our private dining room. In terms of drinks, we took our mixologist to the spice markets of India. I actually went on a trip with him myself, and we researched all the different various spices. So we do spice infusions with spirits in our restaurant. They're all craft cocktails that are made with a mixologist from New York, served in its own signature craft vessels that we also custom made in India. So we have, if you've seen all the vessels over there, one of our drinks is called 1947 Independence in celebration of the break of India from British rule, and it's Grey Goose mixed with traditional Indian spices, clove and mace, with red pomegranate, which was considered the king of fruits. Another dish you'll see on top on the right side, it's called Alexander the Great's leg of lamb. It was a dish eaten by King Alexander the Great when he defeated King Porus in a war, and as a celebration of his victory, he ate this leg of lamb. And on the left over there was a minced lamb kebab that was made for a Nawab who had lost all his teeth, and we slide it onto your plate because it falls apart if you pick it with a prong. We're recently opened. We're going to be featured in Wallpaper magazine. Boston Globe is doing a feature on us as well. We've had excellent feedback from our clients. We think this is a great, both Above 11 and Charcoal are great products for the Middle East as well as other regions, and we look forward to exploring synergies with you further on how we could scale these products in other regions across the globe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.